So I'm here again. No, I'm here again. I have the luck and the privilege and just excited to be sitting here talking with Marc Giles. If you don't know who Marc Giles is, I don't know what rock you've been sleeping under. If you're a Bronx agent, Marc Giles is an icon. How long have you had your license, Marc?
Oh, man, a long time. It's been a long time.
Right? You don't have to say the exact number of years. You got to do that AI when they were like, how many years have you been in real estate?
There
and they show the guy selling a picture to Rockefeller, back in the 1800s.
Jesus,
That's right, Jesus.
Moses.
Yeah. How long have you been in the business, though?
I got my first license, I think it was in 96.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
That was a real estate license.
Wow, 96.
96, and
I was going to college then.
I got the mortgage license in 99. I started a mortgage brokerage.
Wow. So you had started your own mortgage brokerage first, or that's your first. How did you get into mortgages? Because that's what I remember you most as. How did you get into that?
Well, like I always tell people, I was too stupid to know better. I was in the real estate office, and these mortgage guys used to come in the office asking us for business all the time. And back then, everything was on paper.
That's right.
So it was
MLS was in a book.
Yeah, MLS was in a book.
Yeah, all right. That's what I started. Yeah.
We had to look through a book for houses.
By the time I got the book, the house was sold. I'd be like, God dang it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So these guys used to come from outside our community.
That's right.
Way out in Long Island.
That's right.
Guys from Connecticut, Jersey, into the Bronx, saying, hey, give me some business. And then when we would refer them a customer, they would leave us the papers to fill out for the customer.
And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah,
like you doing the 1003.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember those days.
They even took us to a little class because they got tired of us making mistakes.
I'm going to teach you how to do the 1003.
Exactly.
Like, really, you're going to teach me how to do your job. Great.
Exactly.
This is great.
And they used to let us collect all of the documents.
That's right.
Then they'd yell at us because we didn't get all of the documents right. Hey, what do you... So I said to myself, I'm like, look, man, if I'm going to be doing... in my mind, I thought I was doing all the work.
Right.
So I figured if I'm going to do all the work, I might as well get paid for it.
That's right.
So now this is why I say I was too stupid to know any better, because I didn't know how to start in the business. I never worked at a bank or anything. So I just went down to what was called the New York State Banking Department at the time. And I got the information and I filled out all the paperwork. And it took a little while, but it took maybe 6 to 8 months. And
you must have been a sharp guy in the 90s, though.
I think I was.
Fill out a mortgage. Like, this wasn't, it's not rocket science, but it's challenging for most people.
It's challenging. And, I had my little chip on the shoulder, too, because I was kind of pissed off at these guys because they had us doing their work for them, and it's like. And then
coming to our communities, taking our mortgages.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
And then making me do the work.
That's right.
I wouldn't even mind if you had just said, oh, here's the lady, here's her phone number, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that easy. They didn't even want to come back to the Bronx.
No, they wouldn't. Like, I'll tell you stories when I first started in real estate, and I was working in Scarsdale, and I would tell, my colleagues, I'm going down to the Bronx, and they'd be like, "You going where?" I'm like, "It's like right past."
Exactly.
It's on the Bronx. Whatever.
People don't know the Bronx was not as nice as it is now.
That's right.
We didn't have a lot of stuff back then. We were like
Yeah, we were the redheaded stepchild of New York City.
We were.
Yeah.
There was no, remember there were no chains of anything. There was no Applebee's, no Home Depot.
No chains of anything.
Nothing. No stores wanted to be here. If you wanted to go shopping, you had to either go down to Fordham Road on the bus, because there's no parking, or you had to go outside of the Bronx.
It's funny, or you go to Co-op City.
Yeah, you had to go to Co-op. No, there was no Co-op City back then.
Right.
There was no shopping at Co-op City back then. There was no Pay Plaza.
Wow.
There was nothing.
That's hard to imagine. When you say it out loud, it's like, what?
Crazy. No Starbucks.
Oh, yeah.
No chains of any sort.
Yeah.
I remember even growing up as a kid, we used to always leave the Bronx. We had to go to Westchester, New Jersey, or Long Island to go shopping.
I could see, like, just for groceries, just for simple stuff. Wow.
Well, for clothes.
For clothes. Well, you had to look fly. I can see you being fly.
I mean, unless you took the bus to Fordham Road.
Right.
Because if you went to Fordham, there's no parking.
That's right. Even today.
Right. It's just like it is today.
And go down and get some sneakers, like, oh.
You had Alexander's.
No, Alexander's. Oh, my God, on the corner. Oh, my God, at A&S and all that stuff.
Anyway, I digress.
So, got your mortgage license in the 90s. How did you get to Wells? What was that? What was that path between that day, 1999, and you being a star at Wells?
Okay, 1999,
and being the only minority-led banking business
I'll put it out
here
there.
in the Bronx.
I'll put it out there. All right,
Yeah.
so here's how that went. In 99, I got my mortgage broker license, March 16th, 1999. So then I set up a little office. I had an attorney. She was kind enough to let me use her back office, set up a mortgage company right there. And the community really supported us.
Right.
So I had two brothers. It was me and another brother, Kaleem Fleet. Shout out
way.
to Kaleem Fleet.
What's up, Kaleem? You still around?
Yeah, he's not in the business, but he's out in Jersey.
That's awesome.
He does tech work.
Good for him.
Good brother, good brother. So we set up this shop, and oh man, it was great, straight up until 2008.
And if you don't know what happened in 2008, it was the biggest financial crisis that we've seen in our lifetime for the most part.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was so bad that we were closing like 30, 40 loans a month.
Yeah.
And then when 2008 came, we went to zero.
I remember in 2008, my partner and I, we had closings, and clear to close Friday, next week Friday.
That's right.
And then by Wednesday, they'd be like, that bank's closed.
Yeah, the bank went out of
The
business.
bank went out. I was like, so what happens to the deal? I was like, deal's dead.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
what?
And I had so many of those deals
Yeah.
die because the banks were going out of business.
Yeah.
They weren't lending. And so 2008, 2009, 2010, it was like zero business.
Yeah.
And I still had all my expenses. I was paying rent and paying employees.
Yeah.
And it was just, I had to make a decision. What are we going to do? So I shut it down.
So you were running your own shop for those 10 years, from 99
11
to
years,
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
From scratch.
From scratch, from nothing.
Entrepreneurial,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Either entrepreneurial or just crazy. One or the other, right?
I say it was crazy.
It was crazy,
Because
right?
there comes a point where you could get into this and
Right.
you start, because I'm telling you, it's layer upon layer upon layer of responsibility.
Yeah.
The banking department is on your back. Then you learn about payroll. You have to satisfy the IRS, the state departments, so many different
All the
agencies.
insurances that you need here in New York City to
God.
have a business, like
Workman's compensation.
workman compensation. The other day I had a phone call with Paychecks, and I was
Yes.
like, I'm the only employee.
Yeah.
Do I need it? And I think technically they said I don't need it, but I was like, yeah. I'm gonna keep it because last time I didn't have it, you guys were coming after me for a few $1,000.
You got FICA, Social Security, all of these agencies.
Yeah.
Especially in the mortgage business, it's agency after agency after agency.
all
Now
this-
you have to see it's gotten way worse now.
Right, with the Dodd-Frank, after 2009.
Yeah, complication.
Now, were you in Wells during that period? No, that's when you went to
Okay,
Wells.
so I left. I shut my business down in 2010. 2011, I went to Wells Fargo.
That's when it went to Wells. Got it. It felt like earlier than that, now that you say that.
Yeah, so my role there was a branch manager. So my territory was the bottom of the Bronx. I was the Bronx branch manager. That's what it was.
It was the only Wells in the Bronx.
The only Wells Fargo in the Bronx. They had one bank branch in Riverdale, and then my job was to recruit and train loan officers for Wells Fargo for the whole Bronx and Lower Westchester, White Plains and below.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was my title, was branch manager. It was very interesting. We learned a lot.
Yeah. You guys were very busy during that time.
Yeah, we were. We were out.
You were out there. You were at every event. You were,
We were doing it up.
the biggest sponsors at everything.
Yeah.
You guys set a name for yourself.
Yeah,
Really
we
did.
did.
Here
Had
in
a
the
good
Bronx.
precedence. I
Yeah.
had some wonderful people that I worked with. I recruited some people. I stole them from different other banks.
That's right. That's right.
Good producing loan officers.
That's right.
The best, man. We had some of the best guys on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, all right. So that's 2000. So that's Keys for Clunkers or Cash for Clunkers time when the market was rebounding.
Oh, yeah, you remember
Obama
that.
was the president, right? Yeah. It's, and the
right,
auto
that's
industry
right.
was about to go down.
That's right.
And I remember they had all these tax incentives for people to buy houses.
That's right.
In 2012. And I remember that year, my business, our business is cyclical.
Mm-hmm.
It just stole all the business I was going to get in 2013, right? So 2012, we just did great, and then 2013 was like very lackluster.
Yeah, you got to be very. You got to keep your finger on the pulse in
Yeah.
this business because you have your ups and downs with these years.
So it's funny you say that because that leads me to one huge question for you. I watch your YouTubes. I comment on your YouTubes. I
my YouTube channel.
Check out, what's your YouTube channel name?
It's Funding Homes. FUNDINGHOMES.
So I I will say this humbly, for someone that's been in the industry so long like yourself, you constantly are reinventing yourself.
Oh, yes.
I mean, in both the real estate and the more, you're luckily to do both, but
yes.
How many followers or how many subscribers do you have on your YouTube channel?
Almost a little under 2,000.
Yeah, you got more than I do. I love that.
Yeah.
And your videos are so crisp.
Yeah, I got some videos over 12,000 views.
Yeah, like the top 5 in the Bronx. I was like, I got to do this one again, man.
You saw that one?
Yeah, man, I follow you, brother.
Wow, all
yeah,
right.
I'm a student of this business, I was talking to someone earlier today, Charles Brophy. Big shout out to Charles Brophy over in Douglas
Charles
Elliman.
Brophy, yes.
And these names,
Old school pro.
old school guys.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, I aspire to be in the industry and to be an icon like you guys, 40, 50 years in the business. And people will say nothing but good things about Michael Brown.
That's right.
Right? And I aspire to be that. So thank you for paving the way of what it could look like for someone like myself.
Oh, man, thank you.
Yeah.
That's good because when I came on board, there was guys like Merv Morgan and a few other brothers who had their own mortgage companies, and they inspired the heck out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. Honestly speaking, if I didn't see them doing it, I don't think I would have done it.
And so that's, I think, the basis of our business.
Yeah.
Like, we got to see for me, it was like, I saw someone doing it, I was like, I could do that then too.
Yeah.
I could probably do that.
That's a very
right. I could probably figure that out, right?
Yeah.
It's not so daunting.
That's right.
And being in an environment where people are doing all types of stuff, you're like, I could try that.
And let me tell you, there were 2 sets of people I had. I had one set of people who said, you know what, you can do this. Come in here after 7 o'clock. Let me show you how this works. Not going to spend a year with you, but I'm going to put you in a position so you can see how this works.
That's right.
Then there was another group who were like, hey, what do you think you're doing? You know what? You'll never succeed. You'll never succeed without me.
Yeah.
You know what? Forget that. Without me?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand. How could you say that to me? You don't even know me like that.
Right.
You asked me to come down here and talk to you.
And you're a student. You're just as hungry as you were the first day and the last day.
I'm a hungry salesman, yes.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm smart. I went to school, and so, for you to tell me something like that.
It's a slap in the face.
Yeah, that's when your everything inside of you that you grew up with is important. Like your mother told you this,
that's right.
Or whoever told you that, or your wife believes in you.
That's right.
That's when that comes in.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the Bronx.
You grew up here in the Bronx?
Here in the Bronx.
Parents are West Indian?
Mom's
Caribbean?
Dominican.
Yeah.
Pops is from Harlem.
So you had some tough lessons.
Oh, yes.
Your parents didn't play that shit.
They didn't play, man. It was like, you're not going to be going to no prison, buddy.
That's right.
You're going to go to school, graduate from college, and all of that.
Where'd you end up going to school?
I went to the University of Massachusetts in Amherst.
Oh, yeah, UMass, Amherst. Yeah, big
4
time.
years, good years, best years.
Yeah, had good times there, I'm sure. There's some good fun there, man.
So
Amherst is a great school.
Yeah.
Aren't they known for like audio tech now or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, at that time, it was engineering.
Yeah, one of my buddies growing up, he ended up going to UMass and he was like an audio engineer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They had audio and then straight up all the other different kind of engineering. Anything, very smart school. Real good school.
Very cool. So you're more technical than sales. Than more.
Oh yeah.
More than.
I'm a techie.
You're tech. Yeah.
Then I went to Lehman College. I did a year at Lehman College. Then after that, I went to City College, got a master's degree in technology.
No way.
Technology for education. Yeah.
When did you do the master's in tech?
I did that. Actually, that was before I started in real estate.
No, shoot.
Yeah, actually, that's how I got into real estate. Because before I got into real estate, I was working at the New York City Board of Education. Did 10 years there.
No way.
As a teacher.
Got a nice pension? Coming?
I'd have to go back.
Right. You got to dig that up, man. My wife's a city teacher, and she always says, if anything happens to me, you make sure you get my pension.
That's right. Yeah,
she always tells me that. Oh, and also I have to get her the retro, whatever they owe her for the next contract. She's like, whatever, if anything happens to me, make sure you get my retro and the pension. I said,
oh my God.
Very serious about that.
Wow.
Right, so you teachers, make sure you get your retro and your pension.
She worked hard for it.
She worked hard.
That's right. That's right. I did
She's been a teacher since 99.
99.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your family and like raising a family. Like you live in Westchester now.
Yes, sir.
And when you and I talk about the dynamic of living in Westchester so much,
yes.
and What was that like, raising a family in Westchester, doing business in the Bronx, being a man of color, grinding and doing your thing?
Oh man, that's very interesting. Raising black men in America is truly a unique experience.
Absolutely.
Being one and coming up is one thing.
Yeah.
But now I have 3 boys.
You got 3 boys.
3 men now.
None of them are in this business.
No more boys.
They're all smart. They're like, hell no, we're not doing that shit, Dad.
No children, no children.
But they don't want to do real estate or mortgages. None of them.
No, that's not their thing.
Not their thing.
Not even asking how it works.
Don't you find that funny?
It's typical.
Yeah.
I see a lot of my clients, their kids don't want to be bothered with what they're doing.
It's funny. I was listening to, I think, 105.1 this morning, and they had a skit, or they had a snippet of an interview with Magic Johnson's son, EJ.
Yeah.
And EJ, he had said something. He's like, most people, for some silly reason, they thought I was going to play basketball. Your kids, eat, sleep, and breathe what you do, and they all have their own idea of what they want to accomplish in life.
That's it.
Regardless of what they see us do.
Right.
I don't think any of my kids will do real estate either.
No way, right?
No.
Yeah, I can understand it, My father was in education. I didn't really want to do education, but he told us, hey, look.
Oh, so that's why you went that route first?
Yeah. My father was a professor, and my mother was a guidance counselor in the New York City Board of Ed.
So I hear, you hear this so much where a lot of the men in business, that are doing well for themselves, their parents their mom was a teacher. Their mom was in education. Their mom was that kind of type that, nurtured them, but made sure that they had education as a foundation.
Very important, very important.
And I hope my kids, kids, you watch this video, your mom's a teacher, you listen to her, you do everything she says to do, all right? So now tell me more about the real estate side of your business.
Yes.
When did that become more of a factor than the mortgages?
All right, so when I was at Wells Fargo, so part of our gig was go back out to the real estate. Remember, I started in real estate.
That's right.
As a real estate agent.
What office did you start at?
Best Match.
That's right. I think everyone in the Bronx,
yes,
no matter what you got to say about them, they started at Best Match.
Yeah, shout out to Harry and Hannah. Yeah, no doubt, man.
That's right.
Yeah. So I started there. Then when I was doing open my mortgage business, I let the real estate license go.
So your license expired and you had to get that again?
That's correct.
Wow.
So I got that back, I think it was 2017.
Oh, shoot, you just got it back. Like fairly recently.
Yeah. That's 10 years ago.
Wow.
It seems like yesterday.
It does seem like yesterday. We say
16 or 17.
PC or ACE, pre-COVID, after COVID. So
this is pre-COVID.
Yeah. What made you get back on this side?
It was Harry. I got to give him his props.
No way.
Yeah.
All right, Harry, we give you your props. All right.
He's like, Mark.
The props are given when they're due.
Given when they're due.
So absolutely. Wow.
Yeah, he said, look, dude, you got to get back in the game. You're wasting your time. Because, working for a big bank, I'm not saying Wells, but working for a big bank, you don't make the kind of money that you can make as an independent working out here in the streets. In the streets, because in the streets you have your license. We're licensed by the state of New York. Mm-hmm. That's where our authority comes from, our education and everything. And the same with the mortgage business. Mm-hmm. It's just the authority comes from the state of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So
you're licensed in mortgages and real estate in both states, New York and Connecticut.
Yeah, in real estate, I'm licensed in New York and Connecticut. With the mortgage business, I'm licensed in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So the tri-state area.
The tri-state locked up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Are most of your business though New York-based business, or do you do some Connecticut, Jersey stuff?
No, I do Connecticut and Jersey. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
What's your favorite part of Connecticut? Where do you like to go? Where are the deals in Connecticut? Yeah.
Oh, we all know it's like Bridgeport all the way down to Stamford. We love to do business in Greenwich.
Right. Tell me about it. They just don't have the deals there.
Yeah.
I follow this thing on TikTok, and it always goes like the 10 worst neighborhoods in whatever state,
right?
Or the 10 worst schools, and Bridgeport was like number one. And like both the worst schools and the worst parts of Connecticut. I was like, come on, Bridgeport, you get a bum rap. But Bridgeport, they have the town of Bridgeport, and then the city of Bridgeport.
That's correct.
And the city of Bridgeport gives the rest of Bridgeport a bad rap.
Yeah, and then you also have to look at there's a lot of surrounding towns.
That's right.
Sitting around, so you can't discount those places.
Absolutely.
These places are beautiful.
No, Bridgeport's great too. Just TikTok thinks it's bad, but I think it's great. I think it's fine.
I think it's great. Shout out to Bridgeport.
That's right. Shout out to Bridgeport.
And all the surrounding areas.
Right, Hartford, all the Hartford came up in that list too.
Wow.
Bristol.
What?
Right.
No way.
Yeah, where the guy Hernandez is from, the football player.
Oh my God.
I only know this from the stupid documentaries I watch
Oh my
about
God.
athletes and stuff.
I get some good information from the YouTube and those channels.
Yeah. So, I had watched one. This was fascinating. Atlantic City, and they went through the history of Atlantic City and how much it's changed for the worse today.
Oh yes.
It used to be a mecca, like for young families to go to the beach and enjoy. And then once the casinos came, or the big casinos came, it kind of went downhill.
Yes.
And every time I go to Atlantic City, I'm always like, what the hell's wrong with this city? You got the beach.
It seems like it's got so many good
things. It got everything going for you.
Yeah.
You should be thriving, but I'm sure there's some other factors.
Your head.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I do these videos online, and when I do the videos about the Bronx, oh man, all these comments about, hey, he didn't mention anything about the crime, the crime. I'm like, oh, this is not a crime channel. If you want that, you got all the news channels. You can go on there and get all your information.
That's right. This is not a crime channel. This is just, you know, it's funny you say that because I think it was probably in your top 5 of the Bronx, and someone said, this neighborhood. I was like, dude, it's his opinion. Of what he thinks is the top 5 in the Bronx. And I didn't agree with all of them on there either. You know, my top 5 is a little different. No.
I'm gonna tell you what. I did a search, and I searched for the top 25 cities with the most crime.
Yeah.
What do you think number one? What do you think New York was rated as?
So this is crime per capita, probably.
But 100,000 people that murder or crime against your property.
It was probably in the 20, 25, 24. It probably was on the higher side. Not number 1, number 2, number 3.
Right. But New York City, not just the Bronx. New York City.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't on the list.
I believe it.
U.S. News and World Report.
I believe it.
And then the Bronx wasn't on the list?
Not on the list. Per capita.
For every 100,000 people, how many crimes occurred in these categories? From the FBI.
I wonder what red state is on that list, or red city.
You got Little Rock, Arkansas. I've never been. Well, I passed through Little Rock.
You passed through Little Rock?
It's a nice town. It's nice. But I'm going to tell you something. America has its set of crime.
Yeah.
So no matter where you go. But the fact is there's 1.4 million people living in the Bronx.
That's right.
And they live here. And this is where they choose to live.
That's right. I find the Bronx to be one of the most diverse places to live.
You know?
Socioeconomically, culturally, all that stuff.
Thank you.
I mean, you walk down Pelham Parkway, you smell you smell everything, and you got every church there is in this neighborhood. Everybody's represented here.
Everybody.
And
we all mix and mingle, and nobody, we all do what we do.
That's my favorite part about being here.
Once in a while, people bump into each other.
Yeah.
But I tell people, hey, listen, if you read about Chicago, what happened this weekend, or you go Brooklyn about what happened this weekend, if you're far away, you're going to swear, oh my God, I would never go there.
That's right.
But if you're living in the Bronx, you look out your window, you don't see these things.
Right. Well, being a media and communication major in college, I remember they said, if it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
So they're never going to say anything great about it, and it's going to pick up headwind. It's going to be like, 8 people were shot outside, the hospital today in the Bronx. And you're like, well, what the hell was going on today here in the Bronx, right? One off.
Yes. That's why I do the channel, to show the good parts of living in the Bronx.
So one of the things they say here, Kel, like in the Shift, the book, they talked about us as the local people being the local news anchors of what's happening local, wherever you are, whether you're in Little Rock, or here in the Bronx. It's up to us to tell the stories about what's really happening here in the Bronx.
That's correct.
We cannot rely on News 12 or NBC News to tell you what's really happening here in the Bronx.
Totally agree.
And I think you and we have a very unfiltered approach to what's it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Of course, we're going to try to find some positive, because I think you and I are both super positive people. But
I think so, yeah.
It is what it is. It's the Bronx. It's happening.
If you go stand on the corner of Fordham Road and Webster, or Grand Concourse, you can stand there and do your video. Nobody's going to knock you over your head or do anything.
No one's going to take your camera.
No.
Right? If you listen to the news, you'll be like, you can't go on Fordham Road with a camera like this. They're going to steal it.
No way.
No. You know what's funny? As long as I've been working here, I don't think I've ever had any problems here in the Bronx.
There you go.
Honestly. I could think, I've never had an issue. Right. I mean, we've had issues that don't involve me, right? But no, I've never had.
And if you live in the Bronx, you know where every line is drawn. So if you're in the corner with your camera on Fordham Road, worst that's going to happen is people just ignore the heck out of you. They won't even look your way. They don't want to be bothered. That's
right.
the thing.
They don't want to be bothered. That's the New York thing. Like, what is he doing? Don't get me in your video, please.
Yeah.
You know. But before I let you go, Mark,
Yes.
what is the? I think for how long? You've been in the industry since '99, 90.
Yes.
What's the key to longevity? How do you stay so positive? How do you stay so learning based? I see you at every event. I see you at all the networking things.
Yes,
like
yes,
you
yes.
stay plugged in.
Yes,
What is
yes.
the key to that?
I think what it is this staying positive is to realize that there's two worlds we all live in. One is on the inside and one is on the outside. And we have to constantly be aware that the inside world that we're living in is that voice in your head.
Yes.
That's where you live and breathe. That's your
right.
world. Now,
That's right. I say thank you for sharing voice in your head.
exactly. So if you manage that properly, the world is yours. You realize you have all the time in the world. The world is yours, and it's going to be all right.
Do your kids believe that?
Yeah.
And I don't mean to put you on the spot. Like, how do you? Because I think for me, being a young father, not a young father anymore, but being a new father,
Yes.
Realizing that I have to be their biggest role model.
Yes.
And I'm not perfect, right?
No, not at all.
But how do I bring that home, right? Because if they